I'm going to say something that if you're not a deep follower of Kenyan politics, you're going to laugh. Okay? Here goes. Winnie Odinga, yes, young Winnie Odinga, is the present day biggest threat to the Ruto regime. Oh, yes. I'm waiting for you to finish laughing so that I break it down. Have you finished? Let's break it down. Now, the troubles and the chaos within the ODM party are well documented and regularly reported in our media. We are all very familiar with the ongoing drama. And I don't want to get boring by reminding you something I've been saying repeatedly over the last few days. And it is as follows. It is a huge mistake to ignore, to get bored with the ongoings in ODM party, and to start ignoring them because you know the end is going to be very predictable, according to you. And the contents of my show today are an excellent example to prove my point that it is a mistake if you want to stay abreast with Kenyan politics and even predict what is coming. Because the long and short of what we're going to discuss today is going to have a very direct and major impact on who the next occupant of State House is going to be and how soon they will come. Oh yes, no exaggeration. So, why exactly is Winnie Odinga the biggest threat to Ruto? By far. Okay? Let's start this story at the beginning. And let us start with what two seasoned politicians within the ODM party are telling us. The breaking news that they're giving us. Let's start with Caleb Amisi. What has Caleb Amisi said? Or what is he saying currently that is breaking news? Caleb Amisi says that they have sold the ODM party to Ruto. And now they want to chase away Raila's children. Okay, let's move on to Orengo before we break it down. James Agri Orengo said a few hours ago, actually it was a warning to Buru, that if he does not stop bootlicking Ruto in the next elections, the ODM party will not see the grass outside Kango Kajaramogi. That is where Raila was interred. That's where he was buried. It is a family burial place for the Odingas. And don't forget that the grass outside Kango Kajaramogi is still Luo Nyanza. Don't forget that. And so, bila kizungu mingi, what Orengo is saying is that the ODM party will not even be able to get votes in Luo Nyanza. That is exactly what he's saying. Now let's move on to Bwana Caleb Amisi. And by the way, is the deputy party leader. Therefore, he should be an expert. He should know. What Caleb Amisi is saying, again, bila kizungu mingi, is that the ODM party is gone. Kwisha maneno. It has already been sold. And now this thing which has been sold, Raila's party, is being reshaped. And the new shape of this party will be minus Raila Odinga's children. Akina Winnie Odinga, Akina Raila Jr., Akina Ida Odinga, Raila's widow. That is exactly what Caleb Amisi is saying. Because the children will always, and you can challenge me on this, will always be with their mother. Come what may. Okay? It is very possible for the children not to be with the father. But with the mother? Anyway, that is a story for another day. Bottom line, within the ODM party, it is no longer business as usual. Please allow me an aside here. You know, I have an English teacher right here on this channel. One of you. Okay? And after every video, they usually give me a call. Na wananisomea. Chris, the way you pronounce English words, I don't know if you're using Kamba pronunciation or Luhia pronunciation. And by the way, I really appreciate my English teacher. I really appreciate him. Okay, so don't get me wrong. And one of the words my teachers had a problem with me for a very long time is the word longer. That's how it's pronounced, not longer. Okay? So mwalimu, have I gotten it right this time? I hope so. Anyway, let's move on. Ish. And now, the bombshell. The problem Ruto and company have, the problem the people who have sold ODM have, is that Raila Amolo Odinga is still in play in Kenyan politics. And those who know Raila, you know what that means. Okay? Aye, Chris, umepoteza network? I can hear somebody say, no. I'm well aware that we buried Raila towards the end of last year. Okay? However, Baba played one last very deadly political card. Yeah? Regulars on this channel will already know that Raila knew for quite some time that he was going. Okay? And so Agwambo played one last deadly political card. And the main executors of this card, wait for this one, are Ida Odinga and Winnie Odinga. Yes, I know you want evidence, and I will give it to you. And I will start with a very strange behavior of the Odinga family. Think about it. You have just lost your dad. He was more than a leader of Kenya's largest and most influential political party. How would you respond to what is going on currently? You'd panic. You would constantly call pressers to complain, to appeal to Kenyans to intervene, to appeal to friends of ODM to intervene. But is that what we are seeing? No. We are seeing Winnie Odinga very cool, very relaxed, easy like a Sunday morning, even as she unleashes major things, yeah, against enemies of ODM and enemies of Raila. Ida Odinga, the same. It is like they're operating with a script. Nothing that is happening is surprising them. And it is like they know exactly what to do and when to do it. Yeah, just think about it more deeply, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. Okay? And now let me give you more evidence. Okay? And I will do this by playing a prediction video I did on Winnie Odinga in the year 2018. 7 years ago. Oh, yes. And please get me right. The reason I'm playing this is for you to get very solid evidence of what we're saying today. Okay? Please listen keenly, and please listen between the lines, if you know what I mean.
Winnie's name is coming up a lot these days. It has even been mentioned by political analyst Mutahi Ngunyi. He has said that Winnie Odinga is the future of Kenya. She's the future leader in Kenya. And it appears that now, even she has started coming out of the mouths of some certain prophets. Who is Winnie Odinga? Now, before even we go into so much detail about her, one thing is very clear, and it will shock most of you. Raila Odinga has been making a very deliberate effort to groom Winnie Odinga into politics. Even when her very famous and much more political brother, Fidel, was still alive. Even her name is very significant. She's named after Mother of the Nation, yeah, wife of a very renowned legendary African Nelson Mandela. Yeah, you all know Winnie Mandela. Very controversial. She has run into a lot of problems. But you cannot take away her contribution to the freedom struggle in South Africa. You cannot take it away. Winnie even admitted in an interview 2-3 years ago that when she was 11 years old, her mother went out of the way to make sure that she understood the biography of one Winnie Mandela and why she had been named Winnie. Now, if that is not grooming for politics, I don't know what is. Even more interesting, Raila Odinga has insisted on having Winnie with him, even in very sensitive political discussions. Yeah? So, she has been in this uncomfortable situation where she's the only female in the room, with her American accent, and all the people seated around her are wazees, over 40 years old. Yeah? Serious political players. And she's in the room. And they're casting sideways glances at her. And of course, they're very nervous. Not very sure if they can trust her. Yeah, she has been thrown right into the deep end of politics by her father. Now, admittedly, Winnie is only 28. She was born in 1990. Yeah, she loves sneakers and boots. Yeah, she likes rap music. Yeah, she's into poetry a lot. And you know, rap is pure poetry. Yeah, she's even dating. Okay, all things which are very normal with a 28-year-old. But don't be fooled. This is a 28-year-old with much more experience under her belt than your ordinary 28-year-old. I mean, even if you look at her taste in movies and series, I was totally amazed. It's exactly the same taste as mine. An ancient grandfather mzee as me. She's really into House of Cards. Yeah, that's a American political drama. Very nice. I'd recommend it to all people on this channel. And she's also into, you've heard me mention this so many times, that drama series called Breaking Bad. Yeah, she's into both. It seems that Winnie and I are politically the same. Well, I'm just half kidding. Okay? Well, she's very political. And she's got a lot of experience, a lot of political depth. Yeah, she has been through a lot. So one wonders, what is her future in Kenyan politics? Now, Winnie has a degree. Actually, she has a double major in international business and corporate communication from Philadelphia in the US. She has started businesses. She has even been involved in quite a lot of very interesting initiatives. Yeah, all towards a better Kenya. And apart from being the one in the family that most closely resembles her dad, yeah, she's also got quite a lot of characteristics that resemble her dad. Yeah, for instance, her nickname is Kazi. She's a workaholic, and this attribute seems to have been discovered when she was still very, very young, a kid. Yeah. Now, those who know Raila Odinga well know that it's a problem getting His Excellency to rest. That guy just works and works and works, always involved in this and that, He's hyper. Well, it seems exactly the same qualities are in Winnie. And we can only conclude that her future is very bright in Kenyan politics. Extremely bright. Because I have a funny feeling we're going to be hearing a lot about Winnie.
Now, one of the first questions that should come up, yeah, if what I'm saying is true, yeah, is as follows. Why then is Oburu not in the mix? Why then is Oburu, a brother who was very close to Raila's brother, yeah, why is he not in the mix? Very, very good question. We all belong to families. And within families, there is something called sibling rivalry. And especially in a family where a situation arises that a young sibling overshadows an older sibling, you have a very good idea of what usually happens. And in case you don't, maybe you're born alone in your family. Yeah, that is allowed. That was not your mistake. In case you're in doubt, I want to refer you to the good book and to the story of a man called Jacob and his older brother Esau. After keenly following these manenos for some time now, since late October last year, I am now convinced that this script that Winnie and Raila Odinga are following included how to deal with Oburu. Okay? You know, the political truth is that Oburu was not able to win any political seat without the help and influence of his kid brother, Raila Odinga. That is the truth. Documented. Do your research. And you know, Oburu and those characters who have sold ODM, all the people in that group were the people who were using Raila. They were using Baba. Their politics was simply Raila saying, so and so tosha. They had no other way of winning a political seat. In other words, these are people who are not capable of making their own political decisions. They have no experience of doing that. And certainly you cannot expect them to get that experience now that Raila's gone. And all that neatly explains what is happening here. Actually, these characters have no other play except what they have done, because they cannot operate their own politics on their own. They need to lean somewhere. Yeah? And that is why they're pushing the agenda. Yeah? Shamelessly so, that the only way for ODM to survive is by joining Ruto. Okay? In the next elections. The only way for ODM to be in the next government is by teaming up with Ruto. They're shamelessly selling that narrative. Very false, faulty narrative. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade. But fortunately, dawa yao iko. Winnie Odinga. Ndio hiyo dawa. And it is not really just Winnie Odinga. It is actually Raila Amolo Odinga playing his political chess. Who do you want to put your money on? Tell me. You know, it is very interesting that a lot of people within ODM, especially the noise makers, the ones who are talking a lot, have no idea what is going on. They have no inkling of an idea of what is going on. And therefore this thing is going to hit them so hard, they will never know what hit them. And today I'm not going to make any conclusions. I'm not going to say anything in summary. All I'm going to say is just watch what is going to happen. Just watch. Just watch what is going to happen. Many people are going to be very, very shocked. And don't worry, everything will be exposed. Remember, we are in the season of what? We're in the season of exposure. No doubt about that. Okay? Now, very quickly before I go, I have some major news for you today. Okay? And I'm talking about those of us who are not holders of the golden key. Because holders of the golden key already have this information. Okay? Now, this is crazy. In the clip which shed new light into the Cyrus Njirongo Manenos, a clip that we greatly slowed down and we saw some crazy things. Okay? That clip confirms that one of the main people who may have ordered things that led to the Njirongo hit was present at the crash site moments after Njirongo's Mercedes collided with the climax bus. Yeah. And for a very brief period of time, because this information is very sensitive, I am offering that particular video for the very low January price of only Kenya shillings 1,999. And the package also comes with my ebook on the same subject. You can see details on your screens right now. Please move with speed because, as I've said, this offer will be there very briefly. I don't think it will go beyond 48 hours. And so if you're in a position to, please move with a lot of speed to avoid disappointment. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.